Okay, real quick before the episode starts, I'd like to mention that somehow I lost some footage between the last episode and this one. I'm really not sure what happened. We'll revisit it at a later time. I didn't miss much. The only thing that happened was I got an extra heart container by using the spirit orbs at the gods found within the within the Temple of Time here. Trust me, you can't possibly miss it. I'll revisit this area and show it off later, but just I lost the clip. That's what happened. Okay, enjoy the video. Had to cut there again. Okay, let's see what he wants.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away, using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power, and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the divine beasts, turned against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. knight bravely collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
Go on. Here's the paraglider, just as I promised. And we got the paraglider! You know that item I keep thinking I have and trying to use? This was it! With that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding this area. And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. And, well, now we've got our objective. Save Zelda, annihilate Ganon. All in the day's work for a hero. Okay. I don't mean to break the mood there, sorry for the cut. But I just had to get a drink of water. I was dying during that very long cutscene. Soldier's bow, that is way better than our current bow. Anyway, now I can finally use the paraglider. Yes! This is one of the best items in any Zelda game. And like I said earlier, the paraglider in a beta version of this game actually used to be the sailcloth from Skyward Sword. It makes sense why they changed it, because simply put, the sailcloth, you shouldn't be able to control its direction. This one makes a little more sense, kind of. It still makes about as much sense as, like, jumping down off a building with an umbrella and landing safely. Anyway, we see our location all the way over here. And we are pointed in the direction of the dueling peaks over here. I think we'll make our way out now time to get off this plaza. Hopefully without dying. We could make more distance by jumping out to the top of the tower, but... let's just jump from here. We already see we have a path set for us. Interestingly enough, there's more than one way to get to where we're going. I'm gonna go with my preferred route, but I'll be sure to mention the other route. Of course, there's a million ways if you just ignore the paths. But I do like to think, even though this is open world, there's a few areas you're intended to go to, rather than, like, just completely free will. Welcome to the Kingdom of Hyrule. Looks just about as desolate as that Forsaken Plateau. Before you figure out about the whole calamity thing, it makes sense why that plateau is desolate, because, I mean, it's a plateau that's completely and utterly abandoned. There's no way to get up there. But down here, it wouldn't make much sense until they had the calamity thing, so you can kind of see how the story ties together. Bunch of rusty equipment, I don't really want it. There's actually something around here I think we want to find before we go. Oh! I'm forgetting something. There's something here I want to find, but there's something else I want to find somewhere else as well, if that made perfect sense. This book. This book will not be here unless you buy the DLC. Was this book always here? Yeah. Sure. Misko's X-Journal. I had 8 priceless relics I stole from Hyrule Castle and treasure chests. I shall write them their locations. The ancient mask lies at the ruins where soldiers gathered. From there, the waters of Lake Kolomo are visible. The green garments of the man who wished to be a fairy are hidden in the ruins of Hyrule Field. Find these pieces at the ruins where the trade flourished. I can English. At the ruins where sinners were imprisoned, lovely place, and at the village next to the farmland where many people once gathered. The Princess of Twilight, whose stories are handed down alongside those of the hero of Twilight. Her helmet can be found in the temple ruins soaked in the waters of the Regina River. Is that how you say that? Reginissa? I'm really not sure how to say that. Next page! Armor worn by fierce phantoms, feared even by heroes, is hidden in the ruins of Hyrule Field. That's putting it lightly. Find these pieces at a battleground where brave souls tested their skill. I'm really bad at reading. Out loud, anyway. At ceremonial grounds where royal guards are honored. And at the ruins where soldiers of Hyrule gathered. That last one is really ambiguous. Wow. X is all that's written in the last page. What could it mean? We're actually going to go for one of these right now. The Ancient Mask one. Normally I would not go out of my way to deviate away from the main quest quite this early, but we're in Master Mode, and simply put, these items aren't totally useless. They have uses, and this mask we're about to find, this Ancient Mask, it's one of the most useful for Master Mode, at least starting out. Oh. Not gonna go over there. That is a Moblin. And just like the Bokoblins, they have been powered up in Master Mode. Oh gosh, and they're everywhere.